Hi, my name's Lauren. I go to Thursday Night Salt Church, which has just started. Moved to Wollongong just under 2 years ago. I've been coming along to Salt for about 18 months. So I became a Christian when I was 16 and had been going to church with my mum and stepdad for about 4 or 5 years. I dropped away from church when I was 21. Just got involved in not bad stuff, but just it's scary to see how fast you can fall and how fast you can drop off. You miss a Sunday here and there and all of a sudden you're not going to church at all. I ended up meeting a guy and I told him I was a Christian, but I said this won't really impact our relationship at the moment, but I feel like in the future it would. A year later, he got a job promotion over to Sydney and we moved to Sydney, and that led us to Wollongong 4 months later. So I was living with my boyfriend at the time. I knew my love for God was always in my heart. I wasn't going to church and I thought, this is a fresh start. Our relationship was getting serious and it's questioning, where do I want to go? So basically I started reading my Bible again and I was convicted. I was like, oh, like God's really speaking to me. And the passage I was reading at the time was about relationships, was about sin. And at that time I started, looking on Google trying to find a church. And I asked my boyfriend if he wanted to come along with me to church. He wasn't really keen on the idea, but he came along anyways. And as soon as I walked into Salt, I just felt at home. It was similar to my old church back in Perth, and it felt like the place that I should be. And I think hearing the sermon that afternoon convicted me again, and I thought I had some big decisions to make. So next step, I was like, I still don't want to break up with you though, because we have a good relationship. So next step was moving out. So I was praying about it and I thought I'm going to end up in a crappy share house like I have before, and there's going to be people taking drugs and people doing all sorts of things, and I'm worried that my faith is going to be rocked again. I'm worried that I'm going to get caught up in that life again. But God just answered my prayer and it was just amazing. And that was so encouraging. It was like a miracle. So I ended up living in a house in Wollongong with 5 other girls who were all Christians. The rent was cheap because I was at uni at the time, and it was just, really amazing. And then from that, we ended up, separating our relationship, but it was a process. It doesn't happen overnight. Yeah, I suppose from the outside it looks like I've done all these great things in serving God. I've broken up my boyfriend, moved house, and I'm serving the church. And that's all good and that's what happened, but it's the day-to-day, the in-between, the living that 24/7 and knowing God's been with me that whole time, because from the start, just walking the church, knowing that I can't emotionally break up with my boyfriend, but seeing how God's just changed me in that time. And it's just helped me to grow, and He's given me friends to encourage me, and I suppose just going to Him in prayer and desperately needing Him in that time. It's been great. So joining a small group was really good. It wasn't just the church on the Sunday or the Thursday. It was meeting together, fellowship during the week, getting into God's Word, and that really helped throughout the week. So now I'm a small group leader, which was very surprising, but an honour to be given. We are, a group of people that are all different. We come from different walks of life, but knowing that we can come together and read God's Word and be encouraged is really awesome. And I really find that at Salt and its small group, that people are just genuine, that they're not trying to hide or be the statue Christian. It's just Jesus is working, He's enough, and we are sinners and admitting that, and yeah.